But our final guest for this section probably needs no introduction. It's Petter Stordalen, one of the best-known tycoons in the hotel industry here in the Nordics. Welcome. Also a property developer and investor, and is going to be on the main stage with us very shortly as well. But we're just going to pick up with a few questions about the travel industry during the pandemic. Obviously, travel integral to your business. We've been hearing so much about how it's affected people in all different walks of life and businesses. But what was going through your mind at the start of the pandemic and thinking, everything I've worked on is on pause right now?
First, you must remember that going into 2020, I had a bank meeting in the 24th of February. And I was there with my best suit on. I did present the best results ever. We had 205 hotels. We had bought Wing. We had a cruise line company, Hurtigruten. We had airplanes. We had new ships. I was like, and we were like, I think I had at that time 7,000 rooms under construction, and I felt we were killing it. And then, so the meeting was a great success, and I was super happy. The bank was happy. And just the day after, I had this gut feeling. It was like, what's going on in Wuhan? It's something called like this bat virus, or the corona thing. But most people told me, relax, like it's not going to happen. We have seen it before. But I couldn't, it wouldn't stop. So I needed to get some information, and I did. And I will talk about it later today. And I just like, I saw into something which was something I've never seen into before. And I've been through everything from Black Monday, Asian crisis, oil crisis, property crisis, .com crisis, the financial meltdown, or close to the financial meltdown in 2008. But this thing, lockdown, wow.
Yeah, something different. And what was that? 28th of February, and I think it was 7th, 8th March, something that it was declared a global pandemic.
No, we were before even the Norwegian and the other Nordic governments. We did act so early that when we started to act, people thought we were panicking.
And what were you doing then? What were you doing in those early stages? Did you start laying people off and closing hotels straight away?
You make plans for the worst scenario you have ever seen. So we started to talk to the unions. I called my bank just 2 days after the meeting and told them, I see something I've never seen before. I need 100 million euro in extra credit, and I need it like as soon as possible. And they said, Peter, we needed the paperwork, but that's probably fine. I think I had the #1 ticket in the bank, like I'm #1 in the queue. So we knew that we act not on feelings, we act on facts. And the fact was, we had been talking to WHO, some people we knew, and they told us, what you see there will happen most likely in the Nordics.
So practically speaking, what went on within the company?
Now, we started to plan to lay off like 8,000 people, to like reduce headquarters in Norway, Sweden with 50% in a matter of weeks. We had everything planned before the Norwegian government acted. So we were ready. But it was totally brutal. It's the worst thing I've ever gone through in my business life. I had the #1 hospitality company in the Nordics. My plan was to hire 45,000 people the next 5 years. Not to lay off 8,000 only in the hotel company. And then we had thousands of people in the other companies.
Yeah, really, really tough time for you. And we're going to talk about how you've built the business back. I want to talk about that transition phase. I traveled a little bit for business during the pandemic, and it was really weird. There was a point where you could sleep in a hotel, but you couldn't go to the bar, you couldn't go to the pool, you couldn't even sit in the lobby. And that was weird for me. That must have been so strange for you at the core of your business to not be able to visit some of the hotels as easily, to see them kind of in this sort of ghost world vibe.
You know what you see here? This is called goosebumps.
Yeah.
I tried to forget the lot to 2020 and 2021.
Sorry for bringing it back.
No. I will talk about it later today. It was brutal. You won't believe the shit. So, no, for me, it's more than unreal. It was like I was walking down the streets of the main street in Oslo. I was alone. It was Saturday. I was alone. I did walk into the biggest hotel in Norway. Normally, it's thousands of people there. It was like one receptionist. Normally, it works like 300 people there. And they were like 5 people. I felt like, is it a film?
Yeah.
Is it a horror movie?
Yeah.
Is it real? And you know what? We didn't know if this will last for it was lockdown. You couldn't travel from Oslo to Trondheim. It's like you couldn't go to restaurants. You were not allowed. So you were luckily if you were allowed to go. In Sweden it's slightly different.
Yeah.
But Finland,
that's where I'm based. Yeah.
Finland was literally lockdown. Norway, Denmark, lockdown. So we had maybe we should have done. We didn't close all the hotels we actually should have closed because we wanted to have we did never close camp. Even if we had 5 guests, we never closed camp. Camp didn't close during World War I or World War II, and we will not close it now. Did it cost us a lot of money? Yes. But we decided we were the number one before the crisis hit. We wanted to be the best one during the crisis, and then the best out of the crisis. And I lost tons of money.
Yeah, let's talk about those. So financial sacrifices, you had to pay off debts, you had to sell a few hotels in Denmark and in Sweden. And you're basically saying that felt terrible, but kind of, can you give us a bit more, on those moments when you were like, yeah, this I'm signing this away?
No, but you think about this. People said this will be over in months when we started to execute. I did sell off most of my listed shares, which is a kind of a control of liquidity, because I knew I need to get enough cash to take all the major companies, all the major holdings through this crisis. And it was kind of good that I didn't know, will it last for 3 months, 6 months, 12, 18, and it was nearly 2 years. It was actually 2 years after the Omicron. For me, it was just about, I need to have a plan for execution. I need to have the discipline to execute. I had the worst timing of selling all my listed shares. I had probably top 3 worst timing of selling a few hotel properties. But it's only bricks and walls. It's only I can solve this doesn't. I wanted to take the people, the culture through this pandemic, and I was willing to put everything on the table. So I was like have you been to Vegas?
No.
Okay, let's see, you have all the chips here, stable of chips, and you feel pretty good. You feel confident. And then you have one option. You need to take all those chips on either red or black. What do? Do you save?
Yeah.
Because you're afraid of losing everything? Or do you say, this is my fucking life? Those people, 17,000 people in the hotel company, they believe in me. They have believed in us for 25 years. And if they see that we are securing ourselves, what's all this talk about culture, people? This company started as an investment in my life, and it became my life. And I took everything, all the chips on the table, and said, all companies, we will support all companies, whatever it takes. And it took a lot.
Yeah. And like you say, not every company did that. Some people did choose to protect some of their own assets in different ways. But we're coming through the other side of the pandemic, but there are new challenges ahead. What's happening in Ukraine, the global energy crisis. And so I know you're going to talk about some of this on the main stage as well, but what would be your message, your tips for businesses now who also love what they do, but are afraid of losing it due to the current challenges?
There will always be crises, small and big. And now, at least for my industry, we can run our business. We are not like, the government is not telling us you can't do your business, you can't run your hotels. So I know the energy prices cost us a lot, the inflation, I mean, everything is difficult right now, the war in Ukraine, but this will go over. You know what? If you're a business owner and you have not been through like 6, 7 major crises like I have, that's because of that I is soon to be 60. So you can think about it this. You need to think like it says in the Bible. The world can only go under once. It will not happen this time. It's just a matter of months. It might be a year or 18 months, but we will fix it. We will fix this. We will fix it with the energy prices. We will fix this with inflations. We will fix it. It might take some time.
Yeah.
But the Nordics, which is the best countries in the whole world, the Finns are the most happy people in the world according to all indexes.
Many studies, yeah.
Think about this. Right now, in the Nordics, that's probably the best place to be. So, it's the Finland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, all these, they were built by optimists, not by pessimists. So stay optimistic and work hard with your business plan, and you need always to adapt. You always need to change. We have changed a lot. I will know, because in the pandemic, we decided we will change the whole company. Going out, we will have a new universe called Strawberry Universe. I will want to be more relevant, more interesting, more important for you when you travel, go to restaurant, bars, than ever in the history. We started that in the middle of the crisis because it gave all the people working in the company some kind of, oh shit, we are going to invest, and we do. We will change the whole company. We will invest more in tech. We will change the company. Never miss the opportunities that you always find in crisis like we have been going through. And right now, I know we will fix this.
All right, well, I can't wait to hear your speech on the main stage. We're going to be having more of a discussion as well and taking questions from the audience. So do have a good think about what you'd like to put to Petter after he's been on the main stage. That's taking place in about an hour's time.